Hello and welcome to the CECC Last Chance Qualifiers for some Street Fighter 6 action tonight. Once again, it is your number one caster Vok, Ashervok here with Ravish, and honestly, we are about to have a wild time tonight. How are we doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Look, man, it's gonna be a fantastic day. Look, we're about to make some dreams come true. Right now, today should be a bit of a shorter day, right? As we've had a lot of matches going on throughout the day, so we get to watch the last two to see who ends up making it into Texas, right? Now, these are all once again BO files. We'll get to watch some great Street Fighter action as we get into the day. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you not really familiar with the format that we are running here, we're going through bracket 1 and bracket 2. However, it's only going to be our grand finals that we're watching, at least this time around. But hey, either way should be exciting because whoever makes it through grand finals pretty much takes the cake and gets their bid all the way into CECC Texas this year.
That's right. So we're gonna have two people and make their dreams come true. It should be an extremely exciting time. I know I'm excited for them personally. So and I can't wait to see when to go to Texas. Hopefully I get to go to Texas too. Man, maybe I should have entered LCQ and got to Texas that way. It would have been a lot of fun. I would have gotten out of first round, but it's fine. I would have had a good time, I think.
See, I would have tried the same thing, but I feel I'm so used to 3D fighters that I would have been playing in Street Fighter to be like, hey, do I get like a lane change here? Like,
Yeah,
where's
bro. Can
my
I sidestep? Like
exactly. What's going on? My sidestep 2, you've already taken that. Oh, right. It's a 2D fighter. But hey, I'm pretty decent at Zangief. Unfortunately, a dirty, stinky modern player myself. I probably, like yourself, would have been first rounded. I might have had a chance, but considering you have, names like Abs, Dr. Even Mana, who did participate a little bit in this as well, I would have been cooked.
Maybe, bro, maybe. But you know what is funny about this? Because look, as a 3D fighter player myself, right? As someone who has grown up playing 3D fighters, why is it that every 3D fighter every 3D fighter player who I've seen come over to this game has been drawing Zangief? Because look, I'm a Geef player now, right? To be fair, I was Marisa when I initially picked up the game, but Geef's is so good, so I'm like, yeah, this is work. So it is interesting. There's something about the big boy that's just like like keeps us in a chokehold. But nonetheless, that's it for now. Though, as you are saying, that we do have matches that we are a little bit waiting on just for a couple of seconds, just as they catch up to see who we watching in the final couple rounds. But the game so far have been quite good today, Ash.
Yeah, absolutely. If I take over a look at our bracket and see what games we did have in the first place for grand final, I believe that is RG Prime versus Abs. But hey, other than that, going into round 3, last I checked, RG Prime did make it against Victory in a clean 3-0 here. Abs doing the same against Hyper. And overall, if I do remember correctly as well, RG Prime, very solid and Bison player. Abs, on the other hand, last time I watched an Abs match was insane chaos, right? That was... I believe that would have had to have been Silver Rupee versus Abs the last time we did see them around, at least against each other, and is a fairly solid Ryu player coming in here.
Exactly. And I remember, Abs came in like super slow, being like, yo, you know what, bro? I'm gonna just play my Shotos. I'm gonna be good. It'll be fine. And unfortunately, it was like you're saying, close game, but one where Abs just like, was adapting a little bit. Unfortunately, not enough though, but nonetheless. I do aim to see what he's done to level his game a little bit, right? Ever since Ryu has been, buffed in a wonderful manner, right? Which I don't mind. I'm a big Ryu enjoyer, so I want to see what he does step up to the plate today, right? But besides all that, right, we have a couple other players who are also aiming to make it in, right? Players like RG Prime and Abs, right? And RG, right? We haven't gotten to see a lot on stream too, but he's a super solid as well too. So I'm thinking, man, this might be good. And alongside Blue and Keem Jr. on the other end, all also looking to make it in.
Yeah, true. Really thinking about the matchup going into our grand finals and really getting into it, right? The nitty gritty is that on one hand, right, you have Ryu, fairly solid Shoto character, and going into the beginning of Street Fighter 6, everyone was like, hey, Ryu's okay, but there's just better characters. I mean, Ken included, it was fairly controversial. And now sitting here looking at it, Abs plays Ryu in an interesting way that's like not exactly okay. Really trying to think about this. It's scary, fairly terrifying, the fact that he can close the gap a little too fast with his character, right? And the moment you slip up, obviously you're getting DP'd, but then following up, it's the drive rush and the engages. I'm like, okay, so Abs is kind of playing the Shoto character in a way that almost makes Ryu look more rushed down. I don't like it, but it's fairly impressive on that hand. And then coming into it with RG Prime on the M Bison, Ravish, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I figured out that in the community, almost everybody and their mother seemingly hates M. Bison off, not the just Psycho Power alone, but the scissor kicks. It is pretty
It's
brutal stuff.
There's a lot that he can get done, especially with up against a player, up against a character like Ryu, right? You know, we're looking at options like the Devil Reversal, just that stomp, right? Just overall, just a mix-ups that we know and have become so far used to alongside Psycho Crushers, right? So it's like, you know, Bison is so good for so long, but with Ryu specifically, I'm looking at that back heavy, right? That kick that got upgraded that extends an entire screen away. Your big gap closer alongside your electrics that have been, you know, one of his key ways for him to make sure that he stays in the game and keeps up pressure as well too. But
Yeah, good pressure at that.
yeah, exactly. But on the other end of the match, I believe we should be seeing Blue versus Keems Jr., which we should talk about a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, I have everything written down and listed because I told myself
Yeah.
I'm doing research. I might be on concussion number 2 this year, but I'm not lagging behind. Yeah, it's concussion number 2. It's
Yeah. It's.
yeah, slightly concerning.
Are you okay?
Iffy, a little iffy. Going back into fighting games after the fact, I'm like, wait, did I like forget how to actually size? Like, what's going on? It was a little scary, but I should be fine. Heavy emphasis on should.
Okay. You know, I'm really glad to hear that. That's very nice. Homies out there watching, please send your love to Ash, who has gone through some tumultuous times in the past couple of weeks, but they back now. It's all good, right? They look okay. They can move their heads slightly side to side, so it's fine. See, look at that W. But yeah, point is like you're saying. So Blue Keems Jr. should we were looking at, right? Both of them to get here past the bracket that we were looking that we were seeing, right? Both of them 3-1 their opponents to get into this, and both of them actually, I believe, only lost like what, one round getting into the Blue. In fact, has only dropped one game so far to Hippo in the LCQ bracket, and both of them are hoping to punch their ticket to CECC Texas, as you know we all want to do here.
Man, I was about to say, going against Hippo in the first place, right, coming out of UTA, it's not an easy thing to accomplish. I mean, like I said, throughout here and even CFGC, there has been an epidemic of a lot of Bison players, if you will. Hippo being one of them and fairly scary. And here comes Bluff the DJ, which, again, these brackets, you see a little bit of, but in the first place, but still good at it to a point. It's like, so Blue, the rated E for one at this point, apparently. So against Hippo, especially when you factor in off the charge kicks, the flash, and then coming in, really, what was it? If I remember correctly, the feints that happen too with Blue that they really like to rely on, it does tend to take you through a loop here.
It does indeed, right? And I am all for more character diversity. I am like a big DJ enjoyer. I think he's one of the most fun characters to watch in this game. Him and Kimberly, like any players who can, like, you know, actually, you know, nail that rush down style. The character is so fun. Especially when you know they can be hyper aggressive, they understand, can read their opponents, and DJ, especially because the charge character, you know, like you have to kind of manage and temper expectations when you're going up against it, because you don't necessarily know when, let's say, you're playing safe and you might bring out the maracas, just like just chill, just vibe. You know, bring up his meter because he can, bro. Just vibe with you. I'm sure everyone's seen like the video of the two DJs when they get into the game, right? Instant.
Just absolutely
yeah.
vibing. I mess with that. Honestly, when it comes to charge characters in the first place, I've only ever really played a few, you know, two of them being Guile and Blanca coming into it. I just think Guile's neat, especially off, you know, the flash kicks and Sonic Boom. Shout out to Captain No Fun for having a tattoo of that as well. You know, more so, but hey, the charge characters getting into the match, coming in, Blue on the DJ, and Hokuto. Keems Jr., especially on the Manon.
Indeed, already 2 medals built up. I remember Hokuto in previous games, right? And especially early on, Hokuto has had some tough times building up to the medals up against a certain matchups, though. And this one might be one of those. An unfortunate whiff causes Hokuto to be run right in the corner, and then that's the first round.
Man, back heavy kick at that, coming in from Blue for that round ender. Super art into it as well. But like you said, we do have to watch out for the medals, right? You have to get that meter counting into the factor. Hokuto, I think at least 2 so far. Build up too much, but off the stand heavy kick already into the crouch punch.
Yeah, confirm off the low again. The Hokuto has to play ultra safe, right? Lands the anti-air, doesn't necessarily matter. Now, this is their chance to finally bring this back up, but unfortunately, no confirmation and continuation of the combo. Instead, just pushing blue back a little by little. Landed 2 anti-airs this time to stop the momentum, and Hokuto has been stopped in every single case. Nice Pepper Fairy.
I'll say perfect parry just right into the throw. That's third build on the meter as well. One more metal to really just bring yourself into it and really just trying to close the gap. Blue at least trying to go in for the jump cancel, escape by any means necessary. But that's going to be Hokuto taking full advantage off the OD ender.
All right, much better this time. They're going to use the heavy hit to continuously put up that pressure, right? Up against blue, but this time out of the blues, that's going to want that. Oh, just jump! It whiffed. That is tragic. Hokuto is gonna get punished so heavily for that run through the ringer, but luckily the punish counter to get him out of the corner. But for how much longer is the question? Again, with grab, but nothing off of that. Blue can run this round.
Opposite command grab going into it, just jumps straight over, just the drive reversal, and that's gonna be blue taking full advantage. A perfect KO, and Hokuto couldn't even get a single punch on the.
That is rough, though. And so far, for Hokuto's game plan in game 1, that has been the story, right? Just some tough whiffs that have caused blue to be able to gain easy momentum. But again, we were just talking about it. DG's rush down style to be able to take over the game and their opponents. And this has exactly been it. A rough go of it so far, but Hokuto, there has been a scaling factor from his gameplay in previous rounds as well and matches. It takes him a bit to wake up, and this may be the case. And so far, maybe the round. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Hokuto just getting a good recovery off the reversal as well. The back throw and going for the OD air slasher instead from blue, but back throw again, coming into a fourth count. A little more careful, especially the back kicks. Going into the pirouette as well. It's the super hard.
Use level 1 to confirm specifically that blue will not be able to make it back. And now we're gonna look on blue's end, right? Now, Hokuto's finding his way to continuously space, and blue unfortunately is getting caught out by that little by little. Getting caught by the editor, get off me. But now, let's see what blue does to adapt, right? Because we've seen that the pressure's been getting to a little bit, but go. Ooh, I like that. Again, man.
Gonna stand heavy instead.
Yep, should be. I mean, considering already the quarter, we got 5 medals. This should be game. Level 3 lands this time, though, so gonna use that to confirm the round. Might as well. It'll be 1-1 over to Hokuto. With previously not gonna happen again, and blue has been getting spaced, has been getting clocked, and the lows have landed each and every single time. Blue has got to adjust.
I was about to say, let's talk about Blue's game just for a little bit here, where I do see some of the feints off the air slasher, but the jackknife mediums have really been playing a little heavily into this match to really catch Hokuto off rip, especially into the mix-ups. But we're just going for throw after grab. I mean, it's been fairly intense, and even tried it off the slasher again, but OD still drive rush gets interrupted. And Hokuto responding in turn, but OD Jack.
It's good enough for now, though. Hokuto just left on a sliver of health. Hey, that should just be the round. No real coming back on this one. Especially as a Manon, there's only so few options you can do before either you get chipped or taken away. But Hokuto again starting off on a much of a heavier foot. Lands actually the overhead. The jackknife again to push Hokuto in the corner, but has a retaliation of his own. But still one medal being built up this late into this round is tough for Hokuto.
Man, I was about to say, air slasher just right into diss track grab, getting nasty with it from blue, even more so. More the slasher action. Tried to just off the stand heavy interrupt against Hokuto here, but Hokuto taking full advantage off the pressure, at least trying anything with the crouching kicks, but it's off back in the air. Air action, another diss track. Hokuto now in complete burnout, and OD advantage tries for the super hard, still managing to hit blue.
Just close enough. Once again, it's just only one medal, so it won't do a lot, which is tough, but it does just enough.
Well, just enough. Be damned. Actually worked in the pro. I was like sitting here a little cautious about it. Have to play our favorite game of will it kill, but that amount just scaling. In fact, it did.
That is a submission to Stage Jam if I've ever seen one. But nonetheless, like, but again, Hokuto, I put you out of resources, and another couple of rough whiffs will allow Blue to just eviscerate Hokuto's health bar, the Muda, and we land ourselves with another perfect. Oh my god.
Man, just have to get stylish with it off the level 3 super art. Now Blue themselves at least ahead 2-1 here, but Hokuto, previous rounds especially known to turn these around in clutch moments. I say that no, already jackknife already into the diss track grab, and good on a just cool feint right into a jackknife medium back in the corner.
Right, just catches it with that too. And I was gonna say, Hokuto with these raw jump-ins has been countered by this every single time. You know, Blue's been ready on the reaction to just catch him, and then now with an incredible amount of punish each and every single time afterwards. For Hokuto, though, lands the overhead. This is good. Corner pressure, right? Building up the 2 medals, but needs one more. Not gonna happen. The ODDP, and Blue is 1 round away from going to Texas.
About to say, getting a little intense here, especially if you are Hokuto only at 2 medals, but either way, Ortho should be able to do it, put you at 3 drive rush already in the engage, but the just cool feint again from Blue. Full advantage off the back kick and the back throw.
Right, drive rush it again. They're not going to land anything this time. He's been so good about keeping up pressure on Hokuto wherever he knows the advantage. ODDP, what's more, Hokuto in burnouts. This is a rough place to be. Level 3 on both ends. If either one of them lands it, Hokuto can survive and Blue can win with for the grab. The need to take it.
Oh
level
no!
3. Oh my god, not at level 2, not even, but he makes the gamble and Hokuto survives.
Listen, sometimes you just have to go gambling. If you hit it all, dang it, that's fine. But hey, you struck gold in that exact moment. I imagine if you're Hokuto, now just fighting for survival by any means necessary, even more so for Blue right now. Just 1 away from making it to Texas. Already with a diss track grab, try to back in the corner. They get 1 more grab into it. Just going for the spammage. The corner swap here, Hokuto still in recovery.
Blue for the first time actually not gonna be able to stop the raw jumping. Puts him down. Hokuto wants this bad and has the momentum to do it too. Level 3 to continue forward. And Hokuto's gonna survive. Some way, somehow, Blue could not close out. The switching in the corners does him in. I'm going to a final round.
About to say 2-2. Things getting a little desperate here, really just for either side. Blue, this close, just 1 away from getting it to Texas. The same can be said for Hokuto. Now it can go either way.
This is so close. Both ends only want it bad. And Hokuto learns from the ODs, knows Blue's reaction time, understands he's done that every single time. Doesn't get to confirm off the low, but still keeps him in the corner. It's the biggest thing. Again, catches him. These raw jumpers have got to stop.
Man, I was about to say, you have to be a little more careful, especially just going in for the raw jump in against Blue, knowing when to pop in with the DP at that. And Hokuto paying dearly for it, but already just going the air hits already into the back throw. Third build on a meter, but accidental burnout. Blue sees this, but still at only 1 shred of HP. A little scary, especially after the OD air slasher.
There's only so much he can do to just chip on Hokuto before he actually gets back enough meter. Actually, so he's trying to keep up pressure. Doesn't matter. The land just raw mid. And Hokuto, right, is 1 round away. We have changed the pressure and the narrative again. Blue, who was so close, couldn't close it. And now, level 1 put out. Hokuto again puts out, makes life even. Lands the low. 3 middles. Oh my gosh.
Has to jump back, has to go for the back throw at that one, just for the corner swap drive rush with the impact as well. 1 more throw, make that another off the diss track. The second ghost tried it for a third, but still Hokuto. This is off that grab. Burnout instantly for Blue. Does not matter. Punished accordingly, and now into final round.
A final round, as it should be. This game has been so back and forth between the two of them. Hokuto has turned up as he got towards the high pressure situations, and Blue barely managed to close out. Let's see what they can get done. Perfect pretty again. Hokuto's been so good about those. Landing this off 4 medals.
About to say, getting a little scary off the medals here. Try to off the slasher feint, but even then, have crouch medium punch not popping off as well for it. Blue here to go for it again. The just cool feint right into the rush. Now for Hokuto, just sitting back. Saw a little bit of that air slasher feint here.
Just jump and try to see what he can find. Hokuto just not be able to land any of the long range stuff again. Blue with the anti-air, but nothing much to follow off of. We've seen him go into the grab chains over and over from this, but only managed to land one. He could grab chains. Hokuto looking for one of his own. This may be it.
I just have to watch the scaling. I'm almost certain this can't be enough to take out Blue here, at least to a permanent end. So you still have a bit of a ways to go, especially if you are Hokuto. Only 4 on the medals, but still, that air-to-air action. The crouching light punch, or the air slasher off rip, but the drive reversal down elbow, both in burnout. Now we're getting a little scary here, Ravish.
This is tough, like you're saying, but both of them are just trading blows. Nato's not to be able to block.
Oh, with the
He's trying to perfect parry it. He pressed. No! Blue, with the skin of his teeth, closes out the game and punches the ticket to Texas. Oh my God.
We're only in bracket 1 grand final. We have bracket 2 to go through. As intense as this was, I'm looking forward to the next, but we got to talk about that. That was last second, I imagine possible wrong time button mashing and still allowing for Blue pop up the super art, take it fully. Now we're to Texas.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that Hokuto might have thought that he might be able to get interrupted or something, but right, hyper situation, knowing that he was getting run down, both of them in chip, and just like, and it was in the final couple rounds you saw that Hokuto was really good about managing his meter, but unfortunately, the last 3 that put himself in burnout, right, and just leaving himself just essentially defenseless effectively gets the DJ in. And Blue took that and ran with it as far as he could, this time all the way down to the south.
I will give Hokuto some credit here, right? Really building up on the medals, I mean, here and there, and then really readjusting to the pressure that Blue brought, especially off the OD air slashers, and then the DPs that Hokuto just found themselves getting slammed by minute after minute, just in corner. Universals at that one. I will say, this got frighteningly close. Bro, this might be peak. We're only in our first grand final. This just might be peak.
Yeah, that was such a set, and I am really hoping the next set may just be competitive, going to a final round. It would be so sick to see, but we'll just have to wait until that happens, right? We're just getting those players set up to match to go in, but it is tough to say another Manon down. A tragedy has befallen us once again. It's okay though, but I was talking about it. At least we get a DJ, we get diversity going into Texas, right? Because I know we got a bunch of Kens. We've got like 5. We've got, I can't even count like how many Bisons we've got, man. So it's like at least just diversity. That's all I'm happy about.
True. You say diversity, and then I look at most of these matchups, especially going into Texas. It's, like I said, majority Ken. And then if there were a cereal box named, it would be like, oops, all Bison, psycho flavored, if you will. And I'm like, well, I guess it's fine. We just have to cook one way or another. Yeah. I'm tired, but we just have to see it through.
Oops, all Bison is so funny, right? It's like, and then the cereal, it's not even good. It's purple and it just blows up, right? Because all roads lead to bomb every single time. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's market this, right? And actually thinking about I'm gonna walk y'all through it. Chat, I do apologize. We have to yap just for a little bit, right? Bison type cereal. Knowing Bison, we're probably selling this at a markup for about, I want to say, adjusting for inflation, $5.99, possibly $10.99 cereal. You get like a little toy with it, that's fine. It's all purple. Probably tastes weirdly enough like grape, maybe some marshmallows in there, turns the cereal purple, that's fine. And then they do not tell you about the list of side effects that come with it, including cycle powers. It's like, oh, well, if you gave your kid this, that's on you. Still good, but at what cost?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Cycle power is actually kind of hype. I'd be down for that. That's cool. It's just...
Yeah, it's slightly dangerous, but you know what? It's still good cereal.
Yeah, it's still good cereal. You get a couple of powers. And if we're looking on like the super power like tier list for what's really cool, I think psycho powers are always like super up there, right? Just for being like, mad cool, right? Just something that I know that I've personally wanted for a hot minute as well, because number one for me has always been like super strength. But that's just me though. I'm basic.
It's cool powers, but I feel that's shortening your lifespan by at least 20 to 30 years here. Maybe 40. Like, if
That's
you
fine.
think you're seeing like 45, make that 25. You'll
Bro.
be fine, but not like fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yo, who's trying to live till 60? Right? Just walk around.
I am. Hold on now. Hold on. I'd like to live till I'm old here. I'm probably gonna have the same face by then, knowing I'm like 23 and have looked the same since high school.
Fair
But
enough.
it would be nice.
I mean, look, fair enough. Like, I get it. But nonetheless, we can talk more about us getting old in this game, though, as we get Abs and RG Prime for our final game of the night.
I love how we're yapping about cereal. I have to remind myself we still have one more grand final to get into. Abs versus RG Prime. Both frightening players at that one, even more so coming in RG and Bison.
RG so far, though, unfortunately taking a life loss right away. And Abs, like, calm, cool, and collected, not much landing from his end. But as I say that, right, it's landing us. Oh my gosh, nasty miss. Eat that devil. And has the bomb too. Always leads to bomb every single time. But this time, Abs playing it defensive enough that he managed to dodge it. Nonetheless, for now, the whiff on the grab and almost in burnout. Abs in a rough situation.
Ooh. And whip on the Tatsu as well, just getting grabbed at that. Now Abs in burnout has no choice. Trying to apply pressure off the charge, looking the super art. RG Prime still is getting one up on the board, headed in a round 2.
A good start so far for what we see. But this is interesting though, because like RG Prime just, taking like early damage, but has been really good about coming back, because like we see Ab, it's more so off of Ab's mistake than anything. So I wonder if he actually adjusts that. And there we go. There's that kick I was talking about, the halfway across the screen, which lands so beautifully. It just does everything you want it to. It's the perfect man. He does it all.
And just already going into the double knee press, already into Death Tower back throw at that one from RG Prime. Make that another one, back throw number 2. Be a third. Nah, Abs, ODDP. That's going to be enough to at least put us in the final round here, tied 1-1 apiece.
Indeed we are. Right, just one after the next, right, from what we've seen. But Abs and RG Prime have maintained pretty much even standing so far, but Abs shows a tendency to turn up. I've seen in the previous games we've seen out of Abs, right? It's him more so like understanding and studying his opponent and seeing what they like to do a lot more, especially with Bison players. They can get a bit predictable, right? There's always like a tendency that a Bison player is drawn to, whether it be second rushes, whether it be reversals, or whether it be scissor kicks. It's tough though.
About the same, the Psycho Crush reversal and then the scissor kicks you can be really relying on, especially as a Bison player, but even more so off the super hard get flashing with the cinematic. And RG Prime just draining the life out of Abs here. Set yourself up to 1-0 so far.
Not bad at all. RG Prime starts things off well. And you know what? Look, I know I said I hated, but good perfect parry as well. And that's one thing I was gonna say. It was like we saw so many perfect parries last game, so I wonder if Ab's looking to recreate the same sort of pressure. Double scissor kick, lands almost every single hit. Psycho Crusher, OD, eat that to your chest hole.
About the same moves that you did mention earlier that some Bison players love to stick to, that bread and butter, but already with the OD double knee press scissor kicks. Back in the corner, Abs at least trying to go in for the low pressure. Back mix up into the reversal at that, well, the DP.
Yeah, that lands RG Prime in a rough situation. The lands low from here. Gonna wake up. Oh, one more hit needing level 1 to get away, but barely not enough. He's in burnout. Just fireball. Okay.
You know what? If you didn't see it, I didn't see it. We're not going to question that. But the knee press nightmare level 1 from RG Prime just to end it, and then from cross corner, the swipe just heard pretty much throughout collegiate. That's got to be a nasty one, but Abs just got to walk it off, shake it off, if you will, especially going into it. The back throw, a good break of that with the OD Psycho Crusher. RG Prime able to close the gap frighteningly fast.
Yeah, RG Prime has kept on his toes like nails on a chalkboard. Just right up front, pressing against him, and it's nothing but pain and sorrow. The back fist combo, putting up the bomb, and now Abs stuck, has to stay blocking to keep off that, but eats the highs. That is so rough. And RG Prime is taking over 2-0.
2-0 so far, and for Abs, usually dominant throughout these games, even against Bison players. I don't want to say lacking just a little bit here, but there's only so much you can do against this amount, this high of intensity of pressure, psycho pressure, I should say. But hey, maybe Abs might have heard me in this situation, really just pressing the fortitude against these scissor kicks, but RG Prime getting in with the air-to-air action and the back throw.
Yeah, good ODDP to lay out the pressure as well to Abs so far. Does not want to go down like this, but lands the overhead. OD scissor kick again. Back fist into the corner once more. I've seen this story before. I've read these pages, and the ending has
these games before.
I have. Sung Jin Woo in this, man, and the games did not look good for Abs. He dies every time.
Man, and for Abs right now, it is quite literally do or die. RG Prime just one away from getting their bid into Texas, but close the gap with the drive reversal. Back throw at that one. Standing medium kick, but with donkey kick at that air-to-air action even more so.
No.
Tried for the throw with punished accordingly. Now RG Prime beginning to charge, especially off the Psycho Crusher, running knee into the OD. Back fist from hell.
And again, we land ourselves in bomb situation, but not close enough to take advantage of it. And the back throw is good as well. So now Abs can look to make his comeback possibly one round by one, but RG Prime isn't too bad of a situation. Critical art also available. Perfect parry, but no big punish off of it. Throw again, one more could do it. Low confirm, not gonna land. RG Prime just blocking, but can only block for so long.
There we go, just a Hadouken left and right, OD after OD for Abs here, and pays off accordingly. Well, now 1-1 here in the rounds, but still down 0-2. Just wanted to avoid the sweep, ended off the Tatsu, closes the gap again. Hadouken just up close and personal. RG Prime can't find themselves getting out of the corner just yet.
And this is good for Abs, right? OD Psycho Crusher again, he loves that move, but this time they're gonna take the knee and use the back fist combo instead to push out the bomb. Try to time it so the bomb lands, but Psycho Crusher not able to though. And RG Prime gotta slow things down. 1 bar away from almost laying himself in burnout. And Abs wants to push that pressure, wants to keep him there. And keeping RG Prime, the Psycho Crusher in the level 3, baby, we go fly.
Man, butterfly in the sky, and both RG Prime and Abs can go twice as high, but for Abs can fall twice as hard here. Both in burnout state though. Now you have to be really careful. All it takes is one good clip into a confirm you're done. Dusted even more so. Now we're really back into it for RG Prime though. Already starting us off with the Psycho Crusher.
Yeah, because it's time to take a look, bros. It's in a game. I'm just looking to see it's OD Psycho Crusher every single time. It does not fail. No punish at the grab, but a grab of his own. One more. No, but barely gets out ODGP. He's barely alive. Both of them are so low. Oh, they do Psycho Crusher again, Nash.
Oh no! Just got too close for comfort, almost too close to call. But RG Prime was right there. All it took was one last good hit, and even through the OD Hadouken wasn't enough for Abs to really just come back from this. It means RG Prime punching their ticket straight to CECC Texas.
That is correct. At the end there in the final round, that was such a close game. Such a close game. But, Abs unfortunately couldn't eke it out, managed to get one round though. But nonetheless, point being is that it was still fun between the two of them. So, that means that we've got two players now here, Ash, who have landed and booked their ticket to CECC Texas, right? Which is on May 2nd to 4th at the Esports Stadium in Arlington, which is going to be so sick.
Man, absolutely, which I will say, if you told me like quite a while ago that collegiate Street Fighter would reach this level to a point that, hey, we're having a land event CECC, would have been like, wait, really? And then my second point would have been, can I go? Hold on, we throwing out invites just like willy-nilly like this? Not as it would be cool as a player, but knowing you get first rounded, hey, that's totally fine. But either way, both Abs playing absolutely crazy here, full pun intended, but the same can be said for RG Prime, more so off the M Bison. We'll say, Ravish, you kind of predicted fairly how this game would go, right? Ryu, fairly good Shoto play. Character, I should say, solid at that one, especially off the back kicks, the DPs. And then here comes M Bison, the oops all Bison, if we will, off the scissor kicks, coming in with the OD Psycho Crusher, and then the mix-ups into it, the backhand at that. It's dastardly. You can't get any cooler than that.
No, you cannot. So big congrats once again over to RG Prime, right? Right over RG Prime, and also alongside Blue, who managed to make it again, May 2nd to the 4th at the Esports Stadium in Arlington for CECC Texas. Gonna be up there playing for a lot of money, right? It's gonna be a lot of fun to see them there, especially online too. All the vibes are different, so it should be incredible. But that does end our day, homies. I want again big thank you to Capcom, Esports U, and of course CECC for making all this happen, for supporting Collegiate. Thank you all for watching as well too. This has been incredible. Ashley, final words.
Yeah, of course, you can find us both on Twitter pretty much everywhere at either Astrovok or Ravaging Cast right there as well. Oh, hold on. Other corner. There we go. I had to point all the way up to my right because it is reversed. But of course, like I've said, we want to thank y'all for coming out. Sports U, CECC, and everybody else, even our players who fought long and hard throughout this season. Hopefully, we'll see y'all in the next. But I got to rest up. I'm dealing with almost 2 concussions here. We will definitely be seeing y'all around. Thanks again.